Let's visit each of these principles in turn. Principle number 1 tells us that we should make sure that information is captured fresh at the moment it is produced at the source by the stakeholder who is producing it. One broad example of the application of that principle is those cases where we redesign a process around a shared data source so that all process workers have access to the same copy of the process-related data. This is typically done by means of a shared data store. The idea here is that instead of sending documents or emails around with the data that we are producing in the process, we should put it in this shared data stored for everybody in the process to consume it when they need it. Related to this principle, is also the notion of self-service. Self-service is the practice of pushing the work of capturing information to the customers themselves, the customer of the process in this case. This is because it's the customer who has better grasp of the information that they are giving as input into the process. To illustrate the principle of capturing information once and only once, let's consider the example that initially we presented to motivate business process reengineering. In this process, we have a purchasing officer that captures information about a purchase order, produces the purchase order, sends it to a vendor, and in the as-is process sent a document to the accounts payable department. Later on, the vendor delivered goods and the actors in the receiving department will actually record that in a document called the receiving document and will send that document to the accounts payable. Eventually, the vendor will send an invoice also to account payable. So we had a lot of information related to a purchase circulating in this process. The idea of this principle, in particular the notion of shared data store, is that we should put all the data related to this process in a shared data source, for example, a database, such that all the stakeholders in this process have access to exactly the same copy of the data. This means recording the purchase order, recording the receipt, and if necessary, recording anything related to invoicing and payment in the shared database.